get inspired, make a card. Creativity's your reward. No, link it up, don't be shy. One will win, give it a try. 15 team to spend with glee. Crafty goodies, yay, so free. Join the fun, come and see on the Not Too Shabby blog with me. Oh, every month a brand new board, pretty colors, themes galore. Get inspired, make a card. Creativity's your reward. No, link it up, don't be shy. One will win, give it a try. 15 team to spend with glee. Crafty.
Hello, crafty friends. I hope everybody is doing well. Happy Monday. Happy Moody Monday. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Wims. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I have a different microphone that I'm trying out, so I hope this works. Hi, Dawn, Jamie, Wims. Wims, I know it's late. Wims is, and I just know her as Wims from Lala. She is a friend of Lala's in the Philippines. I'm so glad that you are here. Good morning, Dawn. I guess it's good afternoon. So I am happy y'all are here. And today, again, we're continuing with the August mood board. Okay, I'm going to switch. We will turn this one. I have a lapel mic. That's all right. Is this better? I'll go with big mic. Yeah, the lapel mic, I think just because of where it sits, it's a little hard to do. I need to fuss with it a little bit, or wear a baseball cap and put it on the top like I see all the guys do with their little, they have the little fuzzy microphone sitting on the top. Okay, we'll just go with big mic. That's how they are labeled in my streaming software, is big mic and lap mic. So lap mic is fired for the day. So anyway, we are going to be doing the inspiration from the August mood board, which is fantastic. The colors are here. All right, I forgot that I need to add my microphone to that part. Because that was a new, there we go. That was a new slide. So last time I was on the Not Too Shabby channel. Hi, Albert. And I watercolored some little animals, which are from the Fall Forest Friends stamp set. Now, today I am working with the boho critters again. This is the ephemera and the paper pad. Gosh, words are hard today. But I also wanted, Whimsy to ask how, kind of, I don't know, I'm sure Wims has used a mood board before, but for those people that are kind of new to what kind of the theory behind it, I thought I'd kind of go over a few things. So a lot of times people make inspiration boards or like dream boards for what they want to accomplish. You can use Pinterest, you can use magazines and make an actual like visual board that you might hang up somewhere. Every month, Teresa, who is fantastic, puts together the Not Too Shabby mood board, the color palette, everything. It's wonderful. So what you can do is it's your inspiration, and you can pick the colors, you could pick the papers, you could pick the theme. So it's just a jumping off point to kind of get those creative juices flowing. I know for me that can be a challenge. Last um month she had sketches which were so helpful. I love a good sketch. Well, I'm glad you're here, Wims. That's why I was kind of going over the little kind of the basics. So you can pick, from your color palette here. Let's bring in some coordinating paper. Let me take it out of here. Coordinating papers. There. Oh, let's grab some of the critters. So here's some of the little critters, and they all go along with, or the little, ephemera, um, with the color palette as well. So, hi friends! Happy Monday. I'm on a roll today with this. Hey Teresa! There's Teresa right there. Teresa is the creative brain behind the fantastic mood boards. So this is kind of what I'm pulling together. Now maybe you just want to go with the reds and greens and not the theme, but maybe you're going to do a Christmas card, but you really like this color palette. So that's kind of what a mood board is. It's a visual tool to help you gather and organize inspiration for a project. How's that for official? And so Not Too Shabby hosts a monthly mood board challenge, which you can enter over on the Not Too Shabby blog. I'm pretty sure is in the description box below. And you can win a $15 gift certificate to the Not Too Shabby shop. And if you use Not Too Shabby products, you can enter 3 times, and then if you just draw maybe just from the colors and you do a Christmas card, say, like the example before, then you get 1 entry. But still, you got a chance to win a fantastic gift certificate. So that's kind of the reasoning behind it. So when you want to, it's, well, we're working on fall. Wims, I'm in South Alabama. And so we don't really get fall. We have summer and not quite summer. So it just kind of cools off a little bit. But we do have the leaves kind of change. So I live with fall through my crafting. How's that? And I'm sure that where Dawn lives, fall is amazing. Same with where Jamie lives. So to use a mood board, it kind of lets you pull in your supplies, and I'm going to be talking with my hands a lot because I don't have a face forward camera yet. And so takes away, maybe, okay, you've got your color palette, you've got your paper you're going to use, you've got some ephemera. So that takes all that out, and you can work on, say, maybe you want to try a new technique. Well, you don't have to worry about picking out all of this part. So like today, I'm going to do a card that I've never done before, but I know what I'm going to use. So that takes that out of the equation for me and takes that off my shoulders. So you can, embrace the colors. Maybe you're not a real deep, jewel tone kind of person, but you could take a tone of these colors or a shade of those colors. So maybe you wanted lighter colors, kind of like these ones are a little bit lighter. Then consider the mood. This is definitely fall. Moody Monday. So this is, the mood of the challenge is fall. And if you look at the mood board, so we'll go back to that, Teresa has pulled together, I would think, some different moods, basically. When I see, the girl up front with the roses and the florals, that still is fall, but it's a different mood than the truck with the pumpkins and things like that. And that's different from the little forest critters. So you can kind of draw the mood from there as well, which helps also. All right. So I'm sorry we're going to keep switching back and forth, but we're almost a card making thing. I just wanted to, because Wims had asked how to kind of use a mood board, and I thought, you know what? I bet there's other people out there that see it and they're like, okay, so what do I do now? But I love this color palette. Absolutely love it. So you could go with just the colors, and pick your own theme, or you know, what you wanted to focus on, technique, or, maybe you don't want pattern paper at all. You're just going to go with the colors and maybe some stamps or some ephemera, or maybe you're working on an art journal, Wims, Dawn, and you're just looking for maybe some inspiration for your page, or, a section of your journal. But you could do an entire, small journal picking with these themes that Teresa has put together in the mood board. And I know this is a lot of talking for today, but I was kind of excited to explain how I pull from all of these things. And like Jamie sent me the boho critters. These papers were in my stash and just happened to go perfectly. So that's kind of the whole little gist of it, I guess. So let's make a card. How's that sound? And this is one I have never done. I've seen a bunch of them on Pinterest, which that is like my giant mood board. So I can go there and type in, fall cards, or fall or fun fold card, to find more inspiration to then pull into the mood board, which I've already got my papers and my colors ready. Hey, Leslie, happy Monday. So we're going to do a fan fold card, but it's not really a fold. It's a fan looking card, I think. But let me grab so you guys are going to learn this along with me, but we are using these colors and the critter. And I think once it gets going, it won't be too bad. That is not the paper I want. Maybe it is. That is it. All right, so we're going to go from step 1 down. Happy Moody Monday. I don't know if it's moody today. It's a Monday, but I haven't decided. The weather's kind of moody. We've got thunderstorms again rolling in tonight. So we're going to cut down to 8.5 by 5.5. And I will put a PDF in the description box once I get it all kind of figured out. All right, so let's go with scoring. All right, I got a miss already. And we are going to score at 4.25. There we go. And then I'm just going to make sure it's nice and creased. All right, and then let's see. I'm trying to read my directions here because this is new. So I'm going to go, okay, I got it. I got it now. We're going to set that aside. Let me make sure my little mat is straight. I'm going to grab a little pencil and we're going to make just a tiny little mark at 2.5 inches. So 1, 2.5. All right. And then we're going to cut. And we're going to go right down here. I hope everybody had a great weekend. You know, it's starting to be fall when football comes back on. The kids are, I don't have kids in school, but our school district here went back to school today. Um, so, you know, it's getting there. Thank you, Jamie. Yes, please, don't forget. All right, so we've got these two pieces. This is our card base. Has anyone made this kind of card before? And then now let's see, which color do I want to go with? And I'm really kind of loving this. Well, I thought I wanted to do craft. Maybe I should pick my paper. Let's see what I have left in my little, because I save it all. Oh, that's cute. Let's see. So I'll just flip through these real quick. And they're all double-sided, and that's my my one complaint. And I always tease Jamie and Teresa about it. Hey, Anamrit, is that the papers are pretty on both sides. So it's good that you get multiples of the paper because it's really hard to decide. But I love these mushrooms. We'll set those aside. We might do mushrooms. Then there's kind of a solid, but on the other side is this really cool print. This paper pad is amazing, and so is the coordinating ephemera. So then we've got the critters and an orange. Look at that orange, is really pretty. And then a floral with some little leaferys. And look at these guys. I love this design. But yeah, see? No bad side. So you got solid and then a beautiful print on the other side. And these birds. So I like the birds too. And then a solid on the back. So I kind of like this floral here, which I think I've used before, but we're going to go with it because it kind of goes with the um, solid that I want to do. And I keep it all in my little thing here, and then we'll pick ephemera. So I'm going to go with, I think, this dark red today. So we're going to cut this one down to 5 by 4.25. 4 by 5.25. I think I need more coffee. All right, there we go. 4, 5.25. And this solid paper is just, it was from Michael's. It was just some in my stash. And so it works. It works. And then we're gonna make a mark at 2.5. Let's make a mark I can see. And we are going to cut. Oh, that's such a good idea. That just gives, that's such a good idea because they're big enough that you could easily cut them down. All right, and then our pattern paper, we're going to cut to 5 by 3.25. So we're going to go our 3.25 by 5. There. And then we're going to do our same thing and make our little mark at 2.5. And the lady that I found this one for, there's tons of examples of this card on Pinterest. The one that I just kind of randomly picked, her blog is PS pretty, hold on. She is PS Paper Crafts. So it was just my inspiration there. All right, so we got those pieces. And then, so we're going to save this one here. And it is going to be cut at 1 by 5. And I think I just grabbed the magnet. So we're going to cut this one down to 1 by 5. And then we're going to cut it diagonally from one corner to the next. I got to keep my corners going the same direction. There we go. So we're going to save that one off to the side. And this one. Let me grab another dark cardstock. So this one is going to be 1 1/4 by 5 1/4 and cut diagonally. So, okay, I know I gotta focus here. Sorry guys. Gotta make sure my things go the same way. So I love the critters. What is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. What is your favorite forest critter? Do you like the fox, raccoon, deer, moose? We used to see moose when we lived in Alaska. Bears. Or let's see, and we need one more that is, I'm going to cut this one in half. Oh wait, I should have one already. That's right here. 1 1/2. I love finding ephemera and stuff that has the fox. I think the fox is so cute. In most, almost all drawings that I've seen or any artists, that was stuck to the thing. All right, we don't need our giant magnet. All right, let's assemble and then we can pick our ephemera. Let me get a drink real quick because apparently I need some more coffee. Iced coffee. Even better. Oh, you feed them? Raccoons are hilarious. Oh my gosh. They are the funniest little critters. They've got their little raccoon hands, which crack me up. So let's start putting our layers together. I bet Dawn sees some interesting wildlife on her walks. I bet Anna Marit and Wims. Anna Marit is in Norway. Wims is in the Philippines. So I bet that their wildlife is a little different than what I would see here in Alabama, or what anyone else would see where they live. All right, so we're gonna get that centered there. We're gonna do all of our little layers. Hi, Jenny G. How are you, friend? And then this one and our white. Oh, I bet you get all sorts of critters. And I think I cut this wrong. Let me, hold on. Hold, please. No, that's gonna go there. My angle is a little off, but we can fix that. I think this needs to go over to there. And that's probably why this seems too small. All right. I must have done, I don't know. I don't know what I did. Just following the directions. Oh well. We can make it work. We can make it work. We just need to do a little paper adjusting. Moose, deer, and bear. We had bear in Alaska. All right, so this needs to be, I think, a 1/4 inch shorter. All right, trial and error here, people. It might be wrong. I think it needs to go a little more. Wolf, lynx. Oh, wow. I think that's too far. So that's what I get for following someone else's directions. All right, this needs to be cut down too. So we're just doing a little paper surgery. Yeah, bear. We had bear in Alaska. And I think this, see, that angle is off. That's going to bother me. Apparently I did something wrong. Let's start from this one again. I might have measured it wrong. All right, 5.5. And then we are going to measure to 2.5. Well, that seems right. But I think this one needs to be bigger. I think it needs to be bigger. In my mind, it needs to be bigger. But that's all right. We're just going to go with it. All right. So let's glue this down. Yeah, we used to see when we lived in Alaska, we actually on Kodiak, we had the brown bears, Kodiak bears, grizzlies. But when my mom flew up to visit, mom and dad, my oldest and my mom went on a bear viewing float plane to Katmai, which, oh, I cut that wrong. That's why. I missed my little mark there. Which Katmai is a preserve where I forget his name, but it was the guy that lived like amongst the bears. And okay, I have too many pieces of paper. And they actually eventually they attacked him. But my mom, they took a float plane from Kodiak to Katmai, and they got to walk down like amongst the bears and stuff. And it was my mom's like best thing ever. Hey, Linda. All right, I think that's better. I found my mistake. I made a mistake. I cut my paper wrong. That one's still off, but we'll just slice it down a little bit. I must have done some bad measuring. Seriously, I don't know what. Oh well. We're just gonna glue things down and we'll worry about it later. So this is my little piece that goes on here. And that's pretty good. So we're gonna glue this down. Linda, it's a struggle. It's a struggle today. It's a Monday. But that's all right. And we'll get that centered there. All right. And then I got to figure this one out. We're just going to go with thin layer. We're going for it. It's handmade, right? Not Hallmark. Doesn't need to be perfect. All right. We're going to try this again. My glue dried. All right. There we go. Hey, Pam. All right, let me find my little piece that I need since I have a mess now on my desk. And I got a little red piece. They're sliding underneath my papers. They're going everywhere. All right, don't want to lose that one. Here's my here's my little piece. Let's see if I got this angle right. Yeah, that one looks okay. And my white layer. Oh, that one looks better. All right. Pam's always moody. Oh, but Pam, I think it's just an act. I Pam was saying earlier that she speaks in sarcasm. Because I think someone called her ornery. I think Shanna called her ornery. All right, there we go. Good morning, Pam. I'm glad you're here. We are discussing mood boards. And let's see if I can get this on here. There we go. All right, now we can assemble. Let me tidy up. Nope, you got to go eat your lunch by yourself, Abner. Go. Abner thinks that I need to sit with him while he eats his lunch. So this is going to go here. And then this goes on top here. Like this. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. This is fun. And Mrs. Sarcastic Mind. I know, so that you can interpret, sarcasm. Because sometimes that's hard. You don't know if someone's just being silly and being sarcastic, or are they actually being mean. And I know that you're not just being mean. I know that you're just being silly. All right. There we go. I know this. I've seen, I think it's a Stampin' Up, like it started with Stampin' Up because I've seen a lot of the demonstrators do this technique, but it seemed perfect, a Manic Monday, for this card. And it's kind of fun. So there it is closed. Oh, isn't that neat? There we go. I love it. Love it, love it. All right, I'm going to grab this green. And this, I think, is a Spellbinder's green. And let's find a punch. And we'll see if my punch will actually punch today. I need to get some tin foil and do it. Oh, it did. All right. So we're going to put that kind of here, and I'm going to put some foam on there. All right. Let's find our critters. Isn't that a neat and then you could take, oh, I need another piece of green. I think I want to pull the green onto the inside. So let me cut this down real quick because that changes the whole, it's not one of them, Pam. I found it on Pinterest and I was like, oh, that's different. It's kind of a fun fold, but it's not. But it's it's unique, and it's a great way to showcase um, papers or ephemera. Um, a sentiment on the inside would be so cool. It's kind of a peekaboo-ish card, but it's such a fun layout. I was I was kind of excited to do it. I have known Albert for quite a while. Albert was one of my wreath making friends, then one of my fake bake friends. And there you go. Look at that with those colors. Sorry, my mat got scooched. That would bother me if it wasn't lined up. So I think then we're going to pull in the green for an and you could do any sort of embellishment here. You could do a tag, a longer rectangle, a stitched square, stitched circle. So many things that would go great with that. So let me pull out my little critters over here, and let's build some uh, a focal point. Gosh. All right, let's see. I love these little mushrooms. They're kind of fun. There's a snail. This ephemera is so stinking cute. Look at this mouse. I just love him. But let's see. What a little sleepy fox. I think I used, let's see. And it doesn't have to sit right on my um, little circle either. All right, there we go. There's some trees, a silly little raccoon, a turtle. Turtle. I think I'm going to go with the otter. Little otter is fun. Maybe. Let's keep looking. I don't know. They're all so cute. See? Dilemma. Or oh, this turtle's going the other. That's the other thing that's nice. In the ephemera, you've got them going both ways. So I want this guy, I think, coming into my card, and we'll give him, I think he needs a little snail friend. I might move that up a little farther. And I think that's it. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Hey, Jim! You think I ought to do that? The otter's cute. I love all these little critters. Look at the little hedgehog with the little frog. Adorable. That was quite witty for so early in the morning, Pam. But we're going to go with the turtle because that turtle needs to wobble. Let's see if the wobbler will fit on the back. Look at that. It's like it was made for him. So we're going to have a wobbler turtle. So let me get that on there. I know Jamie has the best papers and ephemera. Take care, Jim. Thanks for popping in. I hope you feel better. I hope the heat doesn't get to you today. All right, let's get our little turtle guy. And get him on there. So my 2.5 hours. Well, I guess it's noon here, so a wobbling turtle. And then let's put his little snail friend down. Got a little piece of the die cut. We'll just fold that back. And there we go. So Wims, did my explanation help? Did that help clear up questions? Are you going to enter a card in the challenge, Wims? Am I going to see your name over on the blog? Wims has a beautiful YouTube channel. Dawn, do you follow Wims? I can't. I have no fingernails. Let me get something pokey. And I have the hardest time with these backings, even when I have something pokey. There we go. A wobbling turtle. I don't know. Wobblers just make me happy. Because, you know, if a little turtle's walking with his squirrel friend, he's got to wobble. But don't wobble him until your glue's dry. All right, he needs to scooch up just a little bit. All right. And they are going to go right here. Oh, you following? Oh, you're still at work, Anna Marit? There we go. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Like they're walking in their little... Did I get them on straight? We don't want a crooked turtle. There we go. All right, let me find my stamp set real quick. It is... What was the stamp set I was using? The critters. Where'd they go? I put them away. Found them. And we're going to use, and this is the one I've used before, but we're going to stamp inside, like underneath our thing. If I can find a stamp block. Oh well, we'll just have to go with Misty. I don't know if it's going to fit in here. We'll make it work. It'll get close enough. All right, let's see. It is really unusual, and I love how it came together. I think we're going to do Gather Together. And right there, so it's kind of like a little surprise on the inside, and I am stamping right on the green. Let's get some black. How are my dogs today? They're eating, so at the moment they're quiet. There we go. And I just refilled this, so very, very juicy. Make sure everything's going the right way. Haha, I did it. The dogs are okay for now, until the thunderstorms start in a little bit. Then it will be chaos. Whims has a question. So yes, you just follow the either the color palette or the theme or any of it. And in the description box below, there should be a link to the Not Too Shabby blog, the Mood Board Challenge. Thanks, Anna, for letting me know. I missed that as I was, you know, making sure that my little stuff was together. And you know what? Just because it's so dang cute, I'm gonna put this little mouse on the inside. So you'll post it right there on the Not Too Shabby blog. There's a little in links party link that you can upload your card to. And that's it. All right. His little ear sticks out. I could probably move him over or put him up here, but that's all right. So here is our finished card. Oh my gosh, how cute. So we've got our little wobble and turtle. We did our nifty fan fold with some modifications, and then gathered together on the inside. I put the little mouse down here. Um, oh, on the flap over here. Let me see if I can peel him up. No, he's there. He's there. But yeah, over here would be super cute. Let's see if I have something else I could stick over there though. I mean, there's another little mousy friend. That would be kind of cute to put the mouse over here too. But I think there's got to be another little critter. There's a little butterfly or moth. Oh my gosh, this moth cracks me up. Only because there's a little boy on, I think I saw it on TikTok or Instagram or something, and he's laughing and laughing. He's got the greatest little accent. And his mom comes in and she asks him what he named his pet moth, and he's just cracking up. And he said, "Matthew." And every time I see it, it still makes me laugh. There's a little squirrel. I think this little bird. We'll put the little bird on that side. A cat. I don't have a cat. I have bunnies. I know a cat would be funny though, chasing the mouse. But these are friends, not food. There's a floral that was just a little smaller, and I could hide it behind there. That would be kind of cute. A floral on this side. See, you could put the floral with the bird. I think I'm gonna go with the little frog and the hedgehog. But yeah, he says, "Moth you." And it's hilarious. All right, so we'll put this over here. So those are our friends that are gathering together. And then our little snail and turtle, I almost said snurtle. Turtle and snail are on their way. All right, so I think we covered just about everything. We've got the color palette. Let me show you the color palette again. So here are the colors that are in this month's color palette. And I've got the oranges, the greens, the red. My green is a little darker, but there are lighter greens in the paper. Then I have the, the themes. Kind of, I have the little forest critters. And this is the boho critters set. So we've got our little critters that go. And then the, like, oh, bye, Anna Marit. I will probably see you later this evening. Is golden gatherings. So here we have gather together, and we've got little friends. It's a super fun fold card. We've got our little wobbling turtle because, oops, I guess you guys would like to see see it. A rabbit and the turtle, that would have been fun too, because now these guys are both slow, so they're gonna both be late. They're gonna be late to the gathering. But yeah, there is our super fun fold. I would love to see if anyone else tries this. I am going to reconfigure the cutting instructions, and I will put that in the description box below. So if anybody wants to try this fabulous fan fold card, it's different. It's really different and so fun. And it uses the scraps. Like this big one is the corner piece here. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you learned kind of how to draw your inspiration from the mood board itself, and kind of what it's there for. I know Wims had questions about that, and I know it's getting late there, Wims, but I appreciate you coming and hanging out and asking the question of, how do I use a mood board? So don't forget, if you create something, enter in the mood board challenge. If you put it on Facebook or Instagram, tag me, tag Not Too Shabby. I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your week. Don't forget to give a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this. Consider hitting that bell or subscribing so that you get notified when I go live again. Remember, always be kinder than you need to be because you never know what someone's going through. So just be nice. Anyway, much love. I will see you guys all soon again. Bye.
Oh, every month a brand new board, pretty colors, themes galore. Get inspired, make a card, creativity's your reward. No, link it up, don't be shy, one will win, give it a try. 15 team to spend with glee, crafty goodies, yay, so free. Join the fun, come and see, on the not too shabby blog with me. Oh, every month a brand new board, pretty colors, themes galore. Get inspired, make a card, creativity's your reward.